Simpson. And Japan have gone absent without leave. This is Whitmore. Hall and Gale both available. It's still Whitmore. It is the Reggae Boys who take the lead.
Greetings, football lovers. Happy Sunday to the football family. Welcome to Ball Chat Podcast. I'm your host, or one of your hosts. My name is Benton, along with the family, Junior Wagwan family. How you doing?
It was supposed to be a joyous day for me and all our British imports, but not to be.
Junior, you sound really sad, brethren. You're sounding really sad. Lively up yourself, football family. Lively up yourself.
I am not sabolious right now. I need a 7-Up.
I like your background. What is that background image you have, Junior?
I was
you have
ready.
The Queen lost. How come you still have the Queen up?
Listen, me, please describe her as Her Majesty the Queen. Please, don't disrespect Her Majesty the Queen. And she lost. Southgate. These are the views of Junior and every English fan. Southgate walk wide of Britain from now on, yeah?
Third session for supporters of England. And England, I will recap the European Championship final as Italy dominated. Well, Italy won the final in PKs. It's coming to Rome, as the Italians would say. Football family, if you're joining us on FlowSports YouTube page, if you're joining us on Ball Chat YouTube page or Ball Chat Facebook page, you can take part in the show. It's a live and interactive show. We invite England fans to step forward and get some therapy session, get it off their chest, because you can't sleep with that issue. Can't sleep a night with that sadness tonight. Cameroon is away this week, or she's traveling. She might join in later on in the show. We'll also have Copa America final thoughts on Copa America finals. Lionel Messi and Argentina defeated Brazil. We'll have Gold Cup discussion as we discuss CONCACAF Gold Cup, Mexico versus Trinidad and Tobago, and get ready for Jamaica versus Suriname coming up tomorrow, and other Gold Cup action. But we have to start in England at the famous Wembley Stadium. Junior, you had England winning this championship at the beginning. It was a solid pick, but they came up short at the end. Your overall thoughts on the penalty shootout and the final ending to this England script?
You know, in our fairness, that was probably the most Southgate way for England to lose the final. I mean, penalties.
Take your time, Junior. Take your time. Football family, let's give Junior a minute to kind of get it together. Why act like the man act like say him personal side lost? It's like a Jamaica lost the final.
No, but the problem is, this is a problem. The problem is, England is the better team, hands down. The problem is, England went up 1-0 in the second minute and never looked threatening the rest of the game. The problem is, the man them park the bus after the third minute. It's like the man them take the big red bus to England and drive it right in front of the goal and punch at the tire them and say, yo, we're going to lock shop for 87 minutes. It pissed me off, man.
Yeah. So
I think the way the game figure, like Jeremy, and we know our next group, and we're talking about the man that will come on and take the penalty, and Southgate shouldn't make so much Coleman take penalty. That is just the most Southgate way for England to lose the Euro finals. I said it earlier, but I said when the Euro started that England have the best team in the competition. The only way England lose is if Southgate dash it away. And Southgate find a way for dash it away. Because there's no reason why you're not putting on your most attack. At least make some form of an attacking change when you see the game changing. At least try to get the second goal to put the game to bed. No, you make Italy hang around and come back and draw the game. It's foolishness, man. Foolishness.
All right, football family, chime in, get your discussion, get your comments in. I see you, family, Jeremy and Levy. I see you. Big up yourself, El Pistolero. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, family. Also, family watching on Flow Sports. Big up yourself. Get your comments in. We're gonna get through those comments quickly. Junior, let's before we focus on England and I know you said that England is the best team. Your conclusion is the best team, but ultimately they end up losers today. What did Italy did so well to be able to beat this air quotes best team in your eyes?
Italy was just Italy. Mancini was just patient, like any other good coach. All we have to do is score one goal. At the end of the day, Italy just had to score one goal to win this game, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you were to look and say Donnarumma versus Pickford in a penalty shootout, which goalkeeper you want? 99.999% of anybody you give that survey to is going to say, give me Donnarumma. The 0.0001 is the English fan who drink from last week. I'm the person that going to say, give me Pickford over Donnarumma. So Mancini knew all his team had to do was score a goal. And Mancini, to me, also knew that, yes, because no disrespect, it's a good goal, but I think Shaw's goal was a little bit lucky. To be fair, Trippier made a cross and Shaw just happened to be open in the second minute of the game, just start, and him just boom, one foot, one step, kick. And it looked like him never even knows it was going to score. His body reaction. So England got that lucky goal. In my opinion, it's a lucky goal. And the man them feel like them can lock it down from that. When you look at the bench, and you ask what Italy did, all Italy did was just be themselves. That's all. They didn't have to do anything out the box, out the ordinary, anything special. Them just be ourselves, get one goal, and figure a way how to win eventually. And that's what they did.
The Azzurri won their first title since 2006 when they took the World Cup title in 2006. Junior, let's get to some of the comments. Let's hear what the football family is saying.
Yes, so Jeremy Levy said, man, don't make no timely changes. And he's talking about Southgate. And then El Pistolero, before I have Sancho kick, I give it to Pickford. And Sterling fans and not England are not English. England was not the best team. El Pistolero said, I realized Southgate wanted penalties from Kane didn't come off the pitch. Rashford should have come on earlier to use his pace and shooting ability from distance. So Levy said, but Southgate made up his mind that he was not going to attack anymore. Junior disagree. It was a rotted strike.
Language, Jeremy and Levy. This is a family show.
The goal was well orchestrated with a good build up to the goal. Our counter attack. Southgate set up the man them side. Sean White said Southgate is an idiot. Jeremy Samuel said poor choices. Sean White said this is not the NFL. I agree 100% with everybody. And
big up and Junior, before big up to Jamai, Chelsea, UK running in from London. Big up himself, family. The man say Italy champions running in from. We'll get a little bit more detail into tactics and what Southgate didn't do. You spoke about Italy and what Italy and what Mancini did, but for a minute there, Junior, I want to get your thoughts on this. Southgate set up in a back five, was very conservative after the goal. Talk to us about what that Italy midfield, the fact that, they kept probing, they kept going. Insigne on the left side of the front three was getting, two people on him, was getting Kyle Walker and Trippier both boxing him, but that Italy's midfield kept on pushing, and Declan Rice will stand out in that England midfield. But talk to us about that Italian midfield and how Marco Verratti and old Jorginho was able to carry this team in that heart of success.
Oh, that is a misleading statement.
Yeah.
You see, everybody, what are we growing up? I don't care what level of football you played.
Yeah.
If you play football and you have a competent coach, one drill a competent coach do for every team is have attack versus defense, right?
Yes.
My defensive midfield, I'm my defenders, I'm a goalkeeper, play against my attackers.
Yes.
The attackers never have to worry about defending. After the second minute, Southgate in essence said, we are going to play attacking versus defense and midfield. And that is what he did. Now, Harry Kane should have been subbed off by halftime in the first match of the tournament. The bench. Why the hell you have Calvert-Lewin, Marcus Rashford? Why you have those players on the team? Why?
They're backup, Junior. I mean, Harry Kane is always the first choice going in with this Southgate team and this English team. We know that there are those in the English setup that believe Harry Kane is the best striker in the world, and I think Southgate might be one of those in that camp. So that's why he gets the most minutes.
That's why Southgate forget kicking and run away. I don't want to curse nobody upon the people. I'm good sure. Listen to me. You set up your side for failure. You started out by this. It's not even 5. I don't know what kind of formation this is. I know what. It feel like Ole has sent Southgate some tactics, because you have Kyle Walker, John Stones, and Slabhead, right? As 3 quote-unquote centre-backs. And then you have Trippier on the right wing and Luke Shaw on the left wing. So in essence, England can play five defenders. I guess you can say 4 midfielders, 1 striker. The formation just look off. Now, it started out well because you get the 1 goal. But then you're not pushing Kyle Walker and Trippier up. And that's why I'm saying you set up your side to play offense versus defense and hope you can do that for 88 minutes. And to make matters worse, you have Harry Kane running back from the striker position, running back to the center circle, right?
Yeah.
Look at how stupid this is. You have Harry Kane, who is your lead striker, constantly coming back to the center circle for the ball. Then his intention is to stop the ball, look to the wing, and send the ball to Trippier or send the ball to Shaw.
Yeah.
And you're now expecting Harry Kane to run from the midfield straight to the back post for a cross. That was England's game plan. Mason Mount and Sterling, they were expected to try to run behind Bonucci and Chiellini and try to get that through pass. Bonucci and Chiellini are experienced defenders. Number 1, they are not going to track Harry Kane back to the midfield. They might look for Harry Kane like, look for this idiot to run go midfield, and they're going to try and run from midfield at 5 miles per hour to the back post, and we'll see him. Look for Sterling. We're fast, yes, but every ball Sterling get is sending him wide to the wing. And when Sterling or Mount get the ball wide to the wing, there is no support in the box because Harry Kane is running 5 miles per hour from the center circle, get it to the back post. Even me right now in my big fat self couldn't defend against England easily. It's just the dumbest thing ever. And let me say, if I can get Ole, remember Ole do that when they play a big game, If start this 5 defense, mid-hybrid, full defense. But the difference is you have Rashford and Marshall that can bail you out. He doesn't have Rashford and Marshall that can bail him out for England. You have them on the bench. You have Jadon Sancho on the bench. You have Rashford on the bench. You have Calvert-Lewin on the bench. So when you are doing this foolishness and then the man will look for cross the ball, it's the dumbest thing ever. And like I said, Southgate better walk wide of Britain here.
Junior, it took a long time to get this dead yard vibes out. I mean, this is not 9-9, Bridget. Your team lost. This all drawn out presentation. Quick question. Sean White brought this up earlier. The fact that Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford came on late in the game. They were put on minute 19th minute of the game, and eventually were the ones who took who missed the penalty in addition to Saka. Did that play a role in your opinion in the fact that they didn't come on early, as he mentioned?
I think that was karma, because anybody me can get up right now and walk, go to Wembley and go take a penalty and have just as much of a chance of scoring as them professional man there. Because penalty, once you take a good strike, is a 50-50 chance of the goal going to score. But the flow of the game, the run of the game, and the football gods came up and said, no, we're not bailing you out, Southgate. How you have these talented men that sit up on the bench? What about come on 118, 19 minutes for? A penalty kick at him?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense to me. I don't know if he forgot that he have a bench, and a very, very good bench at that. So that didn't make any sense to me. The repercussion, we don't know the fallout from this. There's a lot of racism in football. The three black players missed their penalty. Do you expect some drama from this and some fallout from this from the idiots in England?
Yeah, but that is to be expected.
Yeah.
And
it's sad, right? Sad part of this whole fiasco.
The racist trolls aside, we're at a point now where it is expected. Why should we be shocked or appalled by this enemy? I put it this way: I would be shocked if a racist brother just come out and say, "Look, these guys are no good. It don't make. We're not going to waste our racist trolling on these players." I will be shocked if them come out and do that. But it should be expected for the trolls to come out, and we should treat it as such. Like, okay, it took you guys that long. Oh my God, that is so original. Yeah, monkey shoot and monkey miss. Okay, whatever. That's how I think. That's how we should treat the racists.
Yeah,
remove the oxygen from the fire.
Yeah,
and you quench the fire.
Yeah. Tough loss to these players. I mean, both teams left it on the field. They were, in my opinion, the better teams of the tournament, so they made it. And as the Bridget saying, penalty shootout, you can never know. It's a tough ask for young Bakary Saka, a young kid who's put on such a big stage to try to convert one of those penalties. It's I always feel sorry for some of these players when they miss penalties with so many eyes on them. Very, very big moments. It's more about those who can hold their nerves in such very tricky situations. So
you know what, Benton? I put it up again, All of my Brixton people, all the family, they're Brick England, I know we're not feeling so subolious right now, but what if I go out with the faith, and just a seven?
Where does this Italian team go from here, Junior? Do you expect them, of course, to make it to the World Cup and then do some noise? This is too early.
No, they need a striker and they need a right side. They are too left-sided. Again, I say that was their Achilles heel. They are too left-side dominant. I don't think France getting it together. I don't think they can beat a French team getting it together. I don't think they can beat an England team with a sensible coach. They need balance. They need balance.
Yeah, so you have people like Chiesa, who is a baller, right? I mean, Chiesa is a baller. I mean, we know that Locatelli looks good, and Insigne also looks good. I mean, but your thoughts on someone like Chiesa and his upside for the future?
You see, the beauty about it is the World Cup is so close, right?
Yes.
Italy is not going to change that much. I don't think any of these teams are going to change that much going into the World Cup. Can they make noise in the near future? Of course. They are the best team in Europe. And we'll soon talk about Copa America. And I don't think any side in Copa America, Italy going to be afraid of, to be honest and to be fair. So I expect them to make some noise. I expect Chiesa and company to continue to mature. I expect Georgina to have a good tournament. assuming that he can be on the heels of a good club season or a good half of a club season. So I don't know. I think Italy can make some noise. I think they are going to mature. I think they are young. I think they are a striker away. I think Immobile, yeah, but he's not. He is not the prolific Italian striker that we are all used to. He's not the Del Pieros of the world. He's not the Christian Vieri. He's not even
Inzaghi, people Inzaghi. Yeah.
Once them get that striker that they are going to find,
they're
going to be poisonous. But Bonucci and Chiellini especially, a year later, I don't know. That defense might be too old.
Yeah. And it's a good thing you brought this up, Junior. And I want to get your thoughts on the tournament before we move on, and highs and lows from the tournament, your overall tournament assessment. But you brought up Bonucci and Chiellini. All foot Bonucci and Chiellini. I mean, you have to admire how these guys, at their age, are still able to demonstrate to young defenders that coming up, this is the way you play a defense. There's a play when Saka was about to go around Chiellini, as Chiellini misjudged the ball. But the fundamental rule of defense is what? If the ball go past, the man don't go past. And Chiellini dragged him down. So, some people said it was harsh or whatever, he dragged him. But veterans, guys who are shrewd in defensive, and Bonucci scored. Speak to the experience and how important those two men were for Italy in securing this title.
There's something, Sean. I know Sean will attest to this as well. You too. Enough of the people that are listening right now will attest to this. There's something about countries and playing football and having an identity, right? When you look at Italy, you always know Italy is going to be very strong defensively. You always know. Every Italian side is always built on having a strong defensive identity, right? And when you are a defender coming up in Italy, it almost feels like it's a rite of passage for you to get that blue shirt, that a Maldini going to be proud. You're going to make a Alessandro Nesta proud. You're going to make a Cannavaro proud for say, yo, you wear the shirt. And I think Bonucci and Chiellini, they fit that mold of just being sensible defenders. And I really think it has to go with the country's heritage in the sport, where in Italy the man them take pride in learning how to play defense. The man them take pride in learning how to execute, and that to me is the only thing that I can use to say that explains why Chiellini and Bonucci seem to can fight against old man time. Because they are so experienced. They're like you said, the ball will go around them and them know the man now beat me. And there are times to where them pick and choose, like Chiellini picked and choose when them gonna beat up Harry Kane. And I said it yesterday in the Copa show, the post-game show. I said, I expect them to beat up Harry Kane. Anytime Harry Kane run to the midfield, if one of them man they running with him, them gonna club a clot him. And they did. So it's simple stuff like that where make me say, I think it's more than just the player. I think this is an identity the country have.
Yeah, so Junior, final thoughts from the Euros. What's the big takeaway for you guys? Players that stood out, young and upcoming player. We saw in Copa, we'll get to Copa in a minute, in Copa America in a minute. Is it the end for a player like a CR7? I think we can conclude it might be the end for a player like Messi in Copa America, but big takeaway from the tournament.
For me, Denmark's reaction, that just stick out to me. Denmark's reaction to Eriksson going down and how that kind of lifted the team and lifted the hearts of a country. That definitely stood out to me. Countries with coaches that have been in long tenures. Another thing that stood out to me is that those teams that have coaches that have been around for multiple cycles, they seem to fall short. And I'm pointing fingers at France, and I'm pointing fingers at Germany. I think the coaches' voices got a little bit stale in the players' ears. I think that hurt them. So that for sure. And after that, Italy and England, the two most pragmatic sides, the two most deliberate teams, made it to the finals. Shows that football is still a pragmatic sport. You have teams like Belgium where everybody jump up every year. Number one team.
Soft soap team, Junior.
If you don't have any aura of pragmatism to you, if you don't have any aura of deliberacy in your style of football, you couldn't bring 50 Thierry Henry of him on the bench. It not gonna work because Thierry Henry, even though we know he's one of the greatest strikers, his teams, his successful teams, the Arsenal fans, them and the traditional French fans know them not winning without a Gilberto Silva, them not winning without a Patrick Vieira coming from an Arsenal perspective, and also from a French perspective. You're not winning without a Vieira, without a Deschamps, without a Desailly. So we can talk about the cream of the team and talk about how the icing on the cake is so pretty. But a team is not good if you don't have good foundation. And any side that have a great foundation have a chance to win in any tournament.
Yeah. The two teams that are more pragmatic, England and Italy, they were very good defensively in this tournament. You know, England kept, 5 or so clean sheets in the tournament, so they made it to the final. And as we all know, in tournament football, it's not scoring a bag of goals and etc. You have to be solid defensively. And I thought both of the teams that were solid defensively made it to the final. Junior, before we put a bow on the Euro championship, you spoke about coaches getting stale. Hansel Flick will take over for Germany in a few. Didier Deschamps will continue in his role for France. There's been discussion that Zidane or reports that Zidane may be interested in the job. Gareth Southgate will continue in his role. We're expecting the FA to extend his contract. Do you agree with that move if the FA decide to?
No.
All right. But Junior, to be fair, Gareth Southgate has done something that Fabio Capello didn't do. Sven von Eriksson didn't do. I can go through a laundry list of high-name, high-profile English coaches, and they didn't do what Gareth Southgate has done. Yes, they all end up trophyless. All right, granted, they all end up trophyless. But he has taken them a step further in this quest to win a trophy since 1966. Furthest than anyone has taken them since in recent memory.
Listen, I think this is more of a testament to the English Premier League getting better as a league.
Okay.
Footballers that can play football on the world stage.
Okay.
That is more a testament. If you give Sven Goran Eriksson this English side, Italy 5-love to them. I guarantee it.
Okay.
So you this English side, a 3-love. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
So you think England's success is in spite of Southgate? In spite of Southgate.
But if I bring back the 7 God, man. 7.
All right. Junior, let's get through some of the comments. Football family have a lot to say as we put a bow on the European Championship and move on to some other news in the world of football. Belgium coach as well as his coach is poor, as in Roberto Martinez. Belgium, we expected a lot from Belgium. Some of us did. You spoke about them earlier. But yes, it's another soft soap side. Big up Crime Minister. Crime Minister says Italians control the pace of the game, went through the gears together. And, you know, Crime Minister also says Chiellini held a clinic at Wembley today. All the kids who looking... Go ahead, Junior. Other comments that you want to highlight?
Jeremy leaves a real talk, Junior. If Ericsson didn't go down, Denmark would have been out earlier. Sean White said, you're correct. Defense is their identity and they use experience more than energy to play their tournament. Hence the reason why I chose them to win. I thought their identity. You see all them kind of comment them and we just mix with sound. A year for a shot for the next 6 months, say they pick Italy.
But the other stuff would have been accurate because if you had won, if England had won this tournament, would have heard from you for the next year about the Queen. I'm tired of the Queen emojis that you kept sending us. I'm tired of them. I am tired of them. Big up Dan Frasser. Dan Frasser says football is going to Rome or going to Rome. But the English fans, Brechin, they go easy. It's like big up yourself. But Junior, all in all, it was a good tournament. Shamai Sweeney says Immobile is not a pure 9. He can't link play, as in he can't connect the play. And he also says that England have little boy mentality. Obviously had the Italians on earth, unsettled with the formation of the back five and still made incorrect substitutions. So Shimon Sweeney is saying that they have little boy mentality. Junior, you're supporting a little boy mentality side. All right, let's stay away from the Euros. But overall, it was a good tournament. It was entertaining. There was a lot of issues that could have gone wrong. But overall, it was a good tournament from Hungary, from Germany. Hungary pushing Germany to the limits, from Germany. Era coming to an end for the Tony Cruz of the world, who subsequently retired from international football. And I'm waiting to see if Leroy Sané is going to hit his high notes, because he definitely didn't do this in this tournament. So overall, it was a good tournament. Looking to see. Junior, I want to get your thoughts on Renato Sanchez of Portugal. I thought it was very good in this tournament when he got on the pitch. He was long rumored to take the next step, or long rumored to be one of those special players, or long thought of to be one of those special players, the next generation of special players. He was at Bayern Munich. He was at Swansea for a bit. Do you expect Renato Sanchez with this tournament to take the next step in his growth? Because the window is kind of closing.
Renato Sanchez will get an opportunity to make the next step. Okay. Will he be able to take the next step? I don't think so. And this is one of the issues with international football. The teams you're playing against is not equivalent to the teams that you're going to be playing against week in, week out in the big 6 leagues, where you have teams out there that have hired guns, all-star teams they're going out against. So that's one of the knocks against international football, is that we get to see the potential that a player has. But how does that translate? If Renato Sanchez was to take Liverpool for argument's sake, Liverpool should want to move on from Henderson.
Yeah.
You put Renato Sanchez in Liverpool. Does Renato Sanchez look the way he does for Portugal? I'm going to tell you right now, no. Because if he couldn't do it at Bayern Munich, the best side in Germany, and then they had to loan him to Swansea, that red flag will always be up for him for a very long time until he prove it. So that's why I said he's going to get an opportunity to make the next step. He looks shiny in the tournament, but when him get that chance, can he take it? I'm gonna give you a clear-cut example.
Yeah.
Fred looked like a true central defensive midfielder in the whole Copa tournament. Is Fred one of the best world central defensive midfielders?
Hell no.
All right, so all the backside are going to ask about Renato Sanchez when it looked just like Fred that play for Brazil.
No, actually, don't insult Renato Sanchez. Nice segue, Junior, to Copa America. Lionel Messi finally got a championship at the senior level. By the way, before we step to Copa America, any final comments from the fans on Euro 2020?
Andre Crawford saying, Pickford the man for England.
I mean, I think he did well. He did quite well. I mean, there's been a lot of questions about, boneheaded errors that he would make in games sometimes at Everton. But I think he did well. I think he did well. Junior, you don't think he did well?
I'll close it by saying this. Pickford is a man that can make a beautiful save and give up a dumb goal in the next play.
Yes, yes. He's definitely, he's got to reduce those errors. He definitely has to reduce those errors. All right, Junior, let's get to Copa America final. So it's official. I mean, Italy, just to surmise, Italy is champions of Europe. So the champions of South America now are the Argentinians. Junior, we did a show on this last night, but we want to hear what the football fans that didn't join us. If you want to check out that show, you just check it out on YouTube. Junior, the Copa America final, Argentina won, as we all know by now. But your overall thoughts now that you have a chance to sleep on it as a Brazilian fan?
You see, yesterday I felt so good for Messi, and I felt good. I came out of the show and said I'm happy for Messi and blah, blah, blah. But it's my body just start run cold again. Right now, my body just start run cold. When we think about Everton and Richarlison, them more about 20 slap, man. Them more about 5 backs by each side of them face, especially Richarlison. Yo, let me tell you something. You see the canary yellow shirt of Brazil? As a Brazilian that is trapped in a Jamaican citizen's body, I will write a petition saying the iconic Brazilian shirt should not be worn until the team is ready to wear it. Because we just, Pele and roll them grave, I'm not dead yet, man. Because that cannot be my Brazil I see play yesterday. The man that make Argentina look like, what do you mean, Passarella? A Passarella?
Daniel Passarella.
Like a Passarella Argent. The man that make Otamendi look like say all they need for try sign Otamendi. That's how I feel today. Is the man that make Argentina look like them better than they really are, man.
Yeah.
And I blame Everton and I blame Richarlison. Everybody has played well. And Tite, I don't know why Tite, however I want him, or you have the side and don't start a true number 9. Who you had as your central striker? We know Otamendi is a walking penalty. Or you have somebody that's over their box just waiting to get the foul. Yo, my blood pressure go up, man.
Yeah, 28 years since Argentina's last championship major trophy. The last major trophy was a Copa championship in 1993. But overall, Rodrigo de Paul was exceptional. Di Maria's goal was exceptional. It was a choppy final, a lot of diving, a lot of fouls, but it wasn't a classic match. I mean, and of course, the news is all about Lionel Messi and the fact that he has finally won an international trophy for with Argentina. So at the senior level. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yo, I'm going to say it again. When Messi, I don't even a turf monster. I don't know what the hell the trip Messi on that chance so him get. But when Messi got the ball at the half center circle and had the breakaway and then crossed the ball and got the ball again and was 1-on-1 with Emerson and him slip and trip.
Yes.
that was the moment when I knew football is about to turn a new leaf. Because for one, Cristiano Ronaldo has no interest anymore of collecting the ball at the half line and making a darting run. Messi cannot do it anymore. If that was 2 years ago, Brazil dead, man. But Messi has scored that. Messi have Emerson, I eat grass and Ederson. I eat grass and do all kind of things.
Yeah.
It never happened yesterday. And it's a sad sight to know that the two let's keep Messi alone. It's a sad sight to know that the greatest midfielder of not my generation, but the greatest midfielder of today's footballers' generation. I'm gonna put it that way. The 23, 24-year-old footballers, them going to say I looked up to Messi. that version of Messi they look up to does not exist anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely on the other side of the hill. Like you said, that goal that he missed at the end, rolled back the clock a few years ago, he would have scored that goal. But the fact that he, thrown it away. A lot of respect shown between Neymar and Messi. Neymar was choked up at the end, crying. Is it just the passing of the baton now, Junior, to Neymar? I think Neymar seems to be showing some level of maturity.
You're a Messi fan, and it's like you try to pass on the saltness to the general, Because if we even hear the commentator saying, oh, Neymar is just like Messi. He has never been on the field when Brazil win a major. What kind of button? We don't want that the button, Mario, because I'm not looking at Brazil not winning anything, any special tournament for the next 15 years. No.
But all right. But Junior, Brazil goes as Neymar goes for the next 3 to 5 years, probably.
And that is the problem with Brazil. And
Because
I think that was the problem with Argentina. Argentina got stagnant under Messi. Argentina aged as Messi aged. You don't normally see that for an international side. You normally see them phase out a player a lot quicker in an international team than in a club team. The question is, who does Messi pass the button down to? Because Di Maria is not that far away from being old. Him just somehow seem to still have nitrous oxide or run through film veins when he can run so fast. But if you take out Di Maria and take out Messi, who is the next baller for who would you give the number 10 to for Argentina right now? If Messi put up on something now, who get the number 10?
I guess ultimately Paulo Dybala will get back into the picture, and he will probably get the number 10 if Messi phases out. The idea, though, is that with a Messi moving on, ultimately there is a need to probably play a more collective, a team football rather than relying on just a couple of individuals. So maybe Scaloni and Argentina will look to do something like that going forward.
Yeah, so here this though. Jeremy Levy said Copa America was garbage. That was a rugby match. Left back was sleeping. That was an easy clearance. Sean White said, I'm a die-hearted Brazilian Jamaican. However, I wanted Messi to win last night. If it was World Cup, no. Hell no. Jeremy said that was a diving match. Prime Minister said, how Junior I put Pele in the grave already? Listen to me, Pele. I beg you, Pele. Don't drop out for about at least a year, because I'm up there be killing the brother. Don't drop out.
Big up to the king. Big up to the king. And on FlowSports, Junior.
Yeah. I'm about to get the FlowSports. Jeremy also said Brazil don't have a number 9. Di Maria goal. That's what Jeremy Levy said. I honestly thought Brazil team wanted Messi to win his first major trophy. That was Sean White and Jeremy Levy said it was a joke. Dan Fraser said it's time for Messi to go to MLS. Shemai Sweeney said Brazil outplayed themselves. Dan Fraser said Latour Martinez. I guess Latour Martinez will get the number 10. I don't know. Latour Martinez is more number 7 to me. He's more Canija to me than a number 10. Shemai Sweeney said number 10 have to hang up in the locker.
Yeah, it probably have to hang up. It's probably have to park. I mean, the number 10 in South American football, it's not like in England where Raheem Sterling and Rashford wear number 10. This is a special.
But you can't throw out with my Lord Manchester United and load out of the conversation.
This is a special take. So congrats to Messi and big up to Brazil for definitely allowing Messi to get finally the monkey off his back and win it.
It's done. Hold on.
Yeah.
Jeremy Levy said, Junior, you don't believe the left back caused the goal. Yeah, he was a little bit too overconfident with his right touch. And when I look on the ball and miss the clearance, that to me is I saw a left back that is way too confident in his touch. Because he want to touch the ball out to Thiago Silva and mistime it. But it's a good goal by Di Maria. But Benton,
yeah.
Brazil, give Messi. Listen to me. That's why the Maracana, this is supposed to be, I don't even want to say our Wembley, because Wembley,
yes, it's a sacred ground, sacred side.
A ground.
Yes, a sacred ground.
Don't tell me about them come cross and come win for your hallowed ground.
Yes, it's a sacred ground.
Yo, the ghost of Maracana supposed to want box every Brazilian baller. When them say a number 10, blue and white striped shirt, sit down in the middle of the field. I take video with him. You're supposed to have ball in the Maracana if you don't play for Brazil. No, I don't believe in that. Man.
But I also think that back to the comments pertaining to the goal, Lowdy, the left back, definitely made a mistake. There were a couple errors to go around. Lowdy definitely shouldn't have allowed Di Maria that space to roam. But also the pass from DePaul, I mean, it was a beautiful pass, but no one actually pressured him. No one actually tried to shut off the pass. I think fundamentals of football is that you can't just make a man just do what he wants to do. You know, Johan Cruyff said, anyone can be a genius when you give them time and space to do whatever they want. But the real ballers is when you pressure them. And I thought that Brazil failed in pressuring Rodrigo de Paul last night on that pass. And then secondly, and then also just as equally as important, I thought the coach of Brazil, went with Thiago Silva. And Thiago Silva is a bit old in a budget. He's a bit old. So that space that Di Maria exploited, a younger, a more mobile defender would have been able to come across and provide better cover for Lodi.
No.
You don't think so?
It is right at the foot at the left back. Even look at Casemiro's reaction. The camera caught it perfectly. You say Casemiro, they should have never allowed the pass. That's fine. But Casemiro stood up and looked like this. Well, stood up. See Casemiro looking at the camera like, yo, what we just see a while ago. Because as a top business host, midfielder like myself, I can tell you right now that if I know it's 4 against 1, and I know the only pass you have is try to make an impossible pass to Di Maria, I don't necessarily have to kill out myself or close it down because that's supposed to be the easiest of control. To me, I think Casemiro and company was just waiting to get the ball back for start their new attack. So even Casemiro shocked must up and says like must say, yo, how the ball just pass your brother? Everybody look, and I'm telling you right now, you couldn't have Cannavaro. You could have Aldair. You could have Kafua play right back. Nobody is recovering once the left back never control the pass. Nobody, no defender in the world. Virgil could not make up that mistake.
Yeah, but Junior, when you have all-foot defender right there playing beside the man who can't move, it makes the job a lot more complicated, a lot more difficult. But I get what you're saying, family. All right, let's step away from the Copa America. Just final thoughts. I mean, overall, it was a choppy tournament. But I said this last night that I thought it's kind of the end of an era. I don't expect Messi to necessarily play in another Copa America. Maybe the same thing for Di Maria. Same thing for this fantastic Chilean side with Vargas and your gangster brethren, Arturo Vidal. So it's kind of the end of an era of some very special players that we have seen for the last 5 to 10 years that really, really entertain us. So that is my big takeaway from this Copa America. And the fact that Lionel Messi and Argentina finally won something in 28 years. Junior, step into Gold Cup action, and quickly discuss some football in our backyard. Junior, Mexico played Trinidad and Tobago in the opening game of CONCACAF Gold Cup last night. We'll get to Jamaica versus Suriname in a minute. It ended 0-0. Coach of Trinidad and Tobago, Angus Eve, thought that they should have gotten the win because of this chant, this P chant that CONCACAF has put in protocol that says that if the chant continues after 2 or 3 times in a game, then they can be an abandonment and awarding of the points to the opponent. Chant by the Mexican fans, that is. Junior, your thoughts on the overall game? It was a total different Trinidad and Tobago team that got eliminated from World Cup qualifiers. Your thoughts?
Listen, we are ranked, and I don't know if we're still ranked right now, but we got notified that we are the #1 football show in Trinidad, right?
Yes.
what I'm about to say, I might risk losing that number one status right now. But my Trinidad people, I got 5 letters for you. RELAX.
Relax. About relax. Why are you telling Trinidad people to relax?
And you don't eat more pepper than me, so you can't cuss me more than me can cuss you. I have another 5 letters for you. LUCKY. You lucky. Mexico could have given about 15.
No, I actually disagree. I thought goalkeeper Marvin Phillip was exceptional. By the way, big up to best of quick recovery to Chucky Lozano, Irvino Lozano of Mexican national who picked up a knock and is in the hospital. He'll be out for 4 to 6 weeks after he crashed into Marvin Phillip's leg. Junior, as you were saying though.
Yeah, it to me was a perfect storm where Mexico first game in a tournament, and you have to remember, Tata is a professional coach, right? So Tata, I think his professionalism killed him because they have no idea what Trinidad is going to bring. But this is actually a racist or it's either racist or a prejudice comment. But anytime anybody play against a team from the Caribbean, they only describe them as one way: fast and physical. And Mexico approach a game like they're playing against a fast and physical side. And Trinidad goalkeeper just had one of those games. He had one of those hands on him heads kind of game where you'll never see that game again from him.
Yeah, I was expecting a beating. I was praying for my Soca Warriors, brethren. Big up the family watching down in Trinidad and Tobago. Angus Eve and Trinidad and Tobago, they have something to build on here as they get. We'll look at the different groups in CONCACAF Gold Cup in a second. But quickly, Junior, is Mexico in a spot of bother here? Are you concerned all about Mexico? And wait, hear me out. So Mexico lost the what's that local idiot league? The Nations League final against the US, and they tied with Trinidad and Tobago. It's Tata Martino's tactics. Of course, they're missing Raul Jimenez from Wolves, who's out for a while. Are you concerned about Mexico at all? Or
No.
you don't even want to be concerned about Mexico?
All right, put it this way. Let's see what the next game is, because now the real Mexico should show up in the second game, right?
Yeah.
Struggle in the second game, then we can say, who they playing against? El Salvador or Guatemala next?
We will get to the schedule in a bit. We can pull it up in a second, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But after losing the Nations League final to the US, after the loss to the Nations League final to the US, one would expect Tata Martino's Mexico to roll out into Big Bag, Texas, with thousands of their fans chanting and beat the brakes off TNT, especially the fact that TNT just got eliminated by the Spice Boys or the Sugar Boys in a CONCACAF Gold Cup, CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. Especially that TNT got 7 from USA earlier on this year in friendly games. Mexico should have beat the brakes off them, I would expect.
Mexico traditionally struggle against fast and physical sides. That is their Achilles heel. They cannot play that well. Why do you think Jamaica always get good results? I know I'm a Jamaican, people kill me now about it, but why do you think Jamaica always get good results against Mexico and struggle to beat America?
What good results, Junior?
When them draw, you forget win the first game. When them go Azteca and draw 0-0.
So what? A draw is a good result now?
Isn't this a good result for Trinidad?
Yeah, it's a good result for Trinidad, but I'm not talking about Jamaica.
Listen to me, I don't ready for take the hate nail about Jamaica.
All right, so impressive by Trinidad and Tobago. Other Gold Cup news that came out. Haiti actually had some positive cases, and one of the outlier here is that how will the actual pandemic will affect this tournament, because Haiti actually have 5 of its delegation that tested positive. Haiti will play the U.S. later on tonight, and so Haiti actually will have enough players for tonight's game against Team USA. Curacao actually withdrew from the tournament because a majority of their players tested positive for COVID-19, and subsequently Guatemala, who was eliminated in the preliminary round, is back in the tournament after Curacao had to withdraw. Junior, do you expect this pandemic and positive test to impact, as it already is, this tournament?
I think there's going to be a spike, and that might be the spike that we're going through right now. But once the players are on the mainland, I don't expect the virus to spread.
Okay.
Because they are seemingly getting some control of it in the United States. So it's one of those things where if you are not in the environment where you are exposed to the virus as much as you were before, if you don't have it now, you're not going to get it then, right?
Okay, so, well, I don't know if it's right. Let's see. But CONCACAF statement says Haiti's delegation COVID-19 testing, 5 players and staff tested positive. They will have enough players for tonight's game against USA, as Haiti will play USA. Other news in CONCACAF Gold Cup action. Big news, actually, Junior. Alphonso Davis will miss the competition through injury. What sort of impact will this be for Canada?
Well, right now, them a beat up Martinique 3-1, so
they don't need him.
So far, so good. No, but yeah, in the more challenging games, you're going to miss him. But Alphonso Davis is just a left back, right?
Well, for Canada, he plays a little bit more than a left back role. He gets his freedom to roam. The entire left side is his. He can go forward, he can come back, he can go in the midfield. He gets the freedom to roam and be able to beat the opponent's defenders off the dribble and create for Canada.
He still starts from the left back, right?
They might even pencil him in a midfield, Junior. Left side of the midfield.
On the left side of the field, right?
Okay, Junior. Yes, Bridget.
Yes, it's going to be a big miss, but I'm not going to go out and say he'll be the reason why Canada can't win the Gold Cup. I'm sorry. No, he's definitely their best player.
Okay.
And you don't want to lose your best player. But there's something to be said about you being the best player and only playing from one side of the field. All it means is that teams now can be more balanced in their approach to defending you and attacking you, right?
Yes.
But I don't think it's going to make a difference to their chances of winning the Gold Cup. They can't win the Gold Cup.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to go out on a limb so they can't win. The ball round, Bridget. The ball is round. But big tournament for Jonathan David and company, because now they have to try to find to fill that void of missing Alphonso Davis. All right, Junior, let's take a look at... Go through the comments.
Gunner Boy TV is saying Canada is nothing special. Shamar is saying that Alphonso gets the freedom to move just like Alaba for Austria. And I won't lie to you, I was thinking about Alaba when I was saying that he's just on the left side of the field. Because think about it. When you say Austria playing, Alaba is noticeable. Alaba is a face that we all know. But is he really driving the game for Austria?
It depends on the opponent. You know, in the Euros, they did put him in the middle of the defense and he was nullified, but then they moved him out to the left side in the game and he instantly created a few assists for them. So it just depends on the opponent. Yeah, Junior, looking at the schedule as we continue our CONCACAF Gold Cup discussion and discuss football in our own backyard. Games that are on tap for tonight. Canada playing Martinique. Junior, what's the score, Bridget?
3-1.
Box side 3-1, Martinique leading.
And stop your foolishness, man.
Coming up at 8:30 p.m., Haiti versus USA. Haiti will be without 4 players because of COVID positive. And later on, El Salvador will play Guatemala. And I think this is Guatemala's under-23 team. The Guatemala national team was eliminated from the tournament, but because of Curaçao's positive COVID test, Curacao end up withdrawing, and so Guatemala has to be in a late addition. Tomorrow's matches will Jamaica play Suriname and Costa Rica first versus Guadeloupe. We'll get to the group stage in a second, and we'll get to Jamaica discussion in a second as we push out to the home stretch of the show. Junior, Haiti versus USA quickly. Haiti, the big bad team USA rolls out. A lot of the so-called big name, brand name players won't be on display tonight. But, Greg Berhalter and USA are still expected to do well in this tournament, even with the air quote second string team.
Yo, Haiti man, them are gonna link Trinidad man, them and say, brother, why couldn't just make one goal score? Because Berhalter is going to have all of his players' attention and can cite, hey, do you see what Trinidad just did with Mexico? Do not take Haiti lightly. This might be 4 or 5.
It might be 4 or 5. Haiti versus USA, 8:30 p.m. And these games are shown on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports South here in the U.S. Check your local listening. Let's take a look at the group before we get to Reggae Boys discussion. Junior, Group A Mexico, Trinidad, of course, El Salvador, Guatemala. Top 2 will go through. Group B, Canada, Haiti, Martinique, and the U.S. Predictions on Group A and B, Junior. I mean, Mexico, of course, is a favorite. Can Trinidad sneak in to get in there ahead of El Salvador and Guatemala? Knowing that Guatemala is an under-23 team.
Yeah, they can. They can. Angus Eve and company, they have the failed World Cup bid or World Cup qualification campaign that they are trying to build momentum for the next 6 years, because that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah, because this affairs are done. But this is the El Salvador team that's actually in the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. So we have to watch out for them because they've done quite well. They beat the brakes off the Sugar Boys to make it to the next round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. So it's a toss-up for that second spot between Trinidad and El Salvador. In Group B, Canada, Haiti, and Martinique, and the U.S. Of course, Martinique is the beaten stick, the sacrificial lamb in that group.
But let's not oversight that Trinidad has played their hardest game of the tournament already.
This is true. Has
not played the hardest game of the tournament. So Trinidad has it all to play for. All they have to do is beat Guatemala as expected and get a draw against El Salvador, and you're good.
Yeah, this is true. They've played it. It's probably maybe an easier road for them because they've gotten the toughest opponent out of the way. El Salvador and Guatemala still have to play Mexico. Taking a look at Group B, Canada, Haiti, Martinique, and the U.S. Martinique is the beaten stick, as we expect. They're currently losing to Canada. Top 2 go through. Can Haiti sneak in here?
Yeah, Haiti can sneak in, but they have to have a better, hardest game in the tournament than Canada. And Haiti's hardest game, obviously, against the United States. They need a better result than Canada to say, all right, met that Canada versus Haiti game before all the marbles.
Canada versus Haiti plays tonight. Stepping over to Group C and D. Group C, Costa Rica, Guadeloupe, Jamaica, and Suriname. Costa Rica and Jamaica, of course, are in the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers for 2022. So they are the standard bearer in this group. Guadeloupe got in this group after beating Guatemala on PK's 11-10. Very, very entertaining match in the middle of the week. Suriname did well in the first round of World Cup qualifiers. They pushed Canada. They were in the group with Canada. They pushed Canada to really tough test in that group. I was surprised by Suriname what they did in that group with Canada, but eventually Canada beat the brakes off them in that final matchup. But they were able to go perfect in that group, except the loss to Canada. Your thoughts on Group C, Junior?
It's just Jamaica versus Costa Rica.
So
Who
top two.
they're top two. And let me get rid of the suspense from now. I expect Jamaica to play as long until they play America and Mexico. And if you want to play long in the tournament, finish first in the zone.
Finish first to the one, so you can get an easier matchup in the next round. We'll discuss Jamaica versus Suriname tomorrow's game coming up at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time in a few minutes. Suriname, did you see anything with Guadeloupe in that game against Guatemala that said that they could be a potential dangerous team in this group? They have a big name coach, and the coach spoke at the presser, says he's looking to keep Guadeloupe as far in this tournament as possible.
If I listen, the beauty, everybody love this about ball chat. Let me tell you something about ball chat. We speak from our hearts. We don't try to speak for get ratings and get views and them something there. So let me not be that guy. If we are going to sit here and think Guadeloupe is going to trouble Jamaica and Costa Rica in a football game, and they expect me to come back the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and talk about Jamaica as going to the World Cup, you'll never hear that from me personally. So Guadeloupe not supposed to give Jamaica any stress. Suriname not supposed to give Jamaica any stress. It's Costa Rica versus Jamaica. You coulda dig up. I don't know who you want dig up and say become coach Guadeloupe. Who you want dig up? Call a big coach name.
Yeah, Arrigo Saki or whoever, Pep Guardiola, whoever, yeah.
The big coach. Arrigo Saki, he cannot coach Guadeloupe for beat Jamaica because your 11 is just not better than my 11. So you should not lose that game. So we shouldn't be talking about Guadeloupe as a threat. The only threat they can offer is you play a half in a more intense setting than you thought. You come into this game wanting to work on some things, get you ready for the next round, and Guadeloupe catch you by surprise and throw you for a loop for like 15 minutes. That's how we're supposed to talk about. But I don't go on with the foolishness here, man.
All right, and Junior, let's get through some comments. In Group D, Grenada versus Honduras, Panama, and the visiting team Qatar, host of the next World Cup, will be in the group.
You see the African side of the name Qatar. You see that African side, and them want to see whole Mexico in it, man. Because I think Qatar can actually win the Gold Cup. Let me just come out and say it right now. I think Qatar can win the Gold Cup. I remember I said it. That African, where's Qatar in the world?
That African side in Asia. Well, go on.
And it's supposed to be an Asian team, but I'm the African there for the side. Let me tell you something. Any side will host the World Cup. If a team is hosting the World Cup and is a year out for the tournament, I tell you right now, stay far from that side, because that side will kick out your belly.
Yeah, we see Qatar later on this week as they play Panama. So who you got coming out of this group, Junior? Grenada, Honduras, and Panama and Qatar.
It's between Honduras and Panama, but it's Honduras and Panama as two whole side. I don't know. But after Qatar, if Qatar don't finish first in that zone, they might as well just transfer the World Cup go to Rio.
All right, let's take another look at Jamaica's schedule coming down and focus a little bit more on the Reggae Boys as they get ready for Gold Cup action. They'll take on Suriname tomorrow, Junior, 6:30 p.m. Ball Chat watch along will occur. Ball Chat co-host will also be in the stadium in Explorer Stadium in what? Orlando? Yeah, that's right there. Orlando, Florida. So, Junior, what do you expect from this game against Suriname? And before we get to the Jamaica versus Suriname game and your expectations, let's get through some of the quick comments. Don Froster says, Canada school in Martinique. Shamai Sweeney says, Brazil outplayed themselves. Don Froster says, time for Messi to go to MLS. I think Junior already got through some of those comments. And
Gunner Boy TV said that Canada is nothing special. Shamai says Alfonso gets the freedom to move just like Alaba for Austria. Gunner Boy also said Alaba, the Martinique players are just not fit enough. And Gunner Boy said LOL, laugh out loud.
Yes. All right, now let's focus on the Reggae Boys schedule. They open the tournament against Suriname. They play on the 16th against Guadeloupe, and they wrap up their group matches on the 20th against Costa Rica. All right, Junior, take off your objectivity hat and let's dive down into this Reggae Boys versus Suriname game. I said here last week on the show I don't know what to expect in the Gold Cup from the Reggae Boys. One thing is certain is that Suriname has played more meaningful matches of late. They played in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers. They were subsequently eliminated. They have players like Ryan Dunk and company that have been together for a longer time than the UB40 of the Reggae Boys. Junior, what do you expect from this game tomorrow inside the stadium, knowing that Tapa Whitmore and Coach Paul Hall are trying to put together the final things for that game?
What I expect?
Take your time, family. Take your time. Take your time, family.
What I'm expecting. I am happy for the schedule to work out the way it did, where Jamaica's hardest game is the third game, right? The first
theoretically, it's supposed to be the hardest game is the Costa Rica game.
Come on, we're not playing radio. The hardest game is against Costa Rica.
Yes.
Right? But I look at these two games as practice matches, honestly. And I will not be surprised if Suriname pressure us tomorrow, because I don't even know who the starting 11 is going to be for Jamaica. I don't even think some of the players, well, some of them probably know by now, but them is probably just figuring out who they'll be playing with. And some of them might be playing together for the first time. And they have not played a competitive game. I've not heard about an inter-squad match. I've not heard about a game against Orlando Select 11. Them couldn't go a Sunshine Bakery at Orlando. Them couldn't go link my brethren gigs at Tampa and them get an all-star side from Tampa and play against them. But no, this is their first game that they are playing, which is concerning. So I will not be surprised if Jamaica looks lethargic. I would not be surprised if Jamaica look disjointed, and it's just their talent is going to get them over the line. I'm expecting Jamaica to win, yes. I really seen 1 love, 2 love, but it would not surprise me if Suriname get an early goal based off some miscommunication or something just going to go crazy where Suriname will get a chance. And if they take that chance, then it can be uphill. It can be an uphill battle. But the talent of Jamaica should see them through that first game. And I think it's going to work out for the best. Better you play these 2 games first and then play against Costa Rica. And I expect us to play better as the tournament goes on. But we're going to need some luck tomorrow, I believe. And
the reason why we're going to need some luck is your reasoning is because Suriname has been together longer, playing more meaningful games, whereas Jamaican players them just are forward. And one of the big news recently, I think Javon East picked up an injury and he was subsequently replaced by Andre Gray of Watford. Andre Gray, which begs the question, why wasn't Andre Gray, if he's supposed to be one of the better strikers that they have available, wasn't in the squad to begin with?
So is Andre Gray a better striker than Javon East in your eyes? I know. No, don't answer. Don't put yourself out there like that. But if I was to ask, everybody that's watching right now on Flow, everybody that's watching right now on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, wherever you're watching, if I was to ask you, what is Jamaica's best 11? I'm going to say this all the time. Jamaica's best 11, everybody's probably going to have only 2 names on the sheet or 3 names on the sheet as equivalent, and everybody give different rosters, right? After Leon Bailey, after Damian Lowe, and after the goalkeeper,
Andre Blake.
who else is must start for Jamaica? Who else is see as must play? We don't. We have a big pool of players.
Well, Kamara Lawrence is a must start when he's available. That's a whole nother thing.
Why must you be like that?
It's a whole nother thing. But I get what you're saying, family. Go ahead. Sorry.
So because I promise I could run an experiment right now and say Michael Hector have to play for Jamaica every game. And I promise you somebody going right and say, everybody a fool, man. Let's talk about Michael Hector. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
After Liam Bailey, after Andre Blake, after Damian Lowe. And some people might even question whether Damian Lowe should be playing. So it is, I don't care which 11 we put out there. I just want a consistent 11. I want an 11 that we know. Put it this way. At the end of the Gold Cup, we should know what our World Cup qualification side look like, right?
Yeah.
We shouldn't be going into World Cup quality. Like Mikel Antonio, I'm sorry, brother, but you ever there Gold Cup for whatever reason, we don't want you for World Cup qualification. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why would I bring you in right now? How much different are you than Shamar Nicholson? Just because you play for Premier League?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
your criteria or your expectation for this Gold Cup is that are you just expecting that the Reggae Boys to kind of build together, get a cohesive unit, knowing that them have bigger fish to fry, they have a bigger tournament to come, which the ultimate prize is to get to the World Cup, in my opinion. Is that what your assessment for this Gold Cup? You're not expecting no run to no final. You're not expecting any demanding any winning of this Gold Cup, because I mean they have a good squad. And if not now, why not? When?
If yes, Jamaica have a good collection of players.
Yeah.
America have a good collection of players, and you know what? I saw America. Was it France? They're gonna play against France in France, right? I think so. I
don't
know
remember off the top of my head.
They played a couple games about 2 years ago. This same American side, we sat on ball chat.
Yeah.
I know Berhalter should have been fired. He's not a good coach. He have the young ball and then blah, blah, blah. 2 years later, we see the United States, which is a great collection of players, but they have chemistry. They are a unit. Mexico play all of these competitive games and they play together. They are a unit. It is disrespectful. And I am a Jamaican Brazilian, true and true, but I am a Jamaican first, right?
Yeah.
395 Treadway Court, Westchester, Portmore, St. Catherine. That's where I come from. I'm a Jamaican. All right? But I'm going to keep it real. I am not going to sit here and tell you guys a fairy tale that I expect Jamaica to win the Gold Cup. It is not going to happen in my eyes because the man them not play together. Jamaica's best Gold Cup runs have always been on the heels of some great tournaments or some great competition that the same team play. The first time Jamaica, not the first time, but the one time when Jamaica make it with under Winnie. If you guys remember, Jamaica played in the Copa Cup. 2 weeks before the start of the Gold Cup, Jamaica was playing in the Copa Cup, lose all 3 games, get schooled in the Copa Cup, and came to the Gold Cup and had a damn good tournament. The reason why they had a damn good tournament, they played 3 competitive games and learned how to play with each other.
Yes. That's
why
huge.
I said Suriname is a practice match in my eyes. The real game will be against Costa Rica. That is when we're going to say, let's see what Jamaica have. If Whitmore start one team tomorrow, start another team game 2, and start a different team in a game 3, good luck.
Junior, what would be seen as major failure in this tournament? What would be
if Jamaica gets knocked out by a team not named Mexico and America, that's a major failure.
Okay, so if they don't make it out of their group or get knocked out in the next round is a failure by somebody not named Mexico or the U.S. Do you expect Suriname? You said Suriname might get an early goal. Can Suriname upset the apple cart tomorrow against the Reggae Boys?
Of course they can. If Mexico cannot score against Trinidad,
Yeah,
so can buck, chip, drop, fall, and get a handball and get a penalty, and Jamaica can't score.
yeah.
So yes, they can upset the apple cart. We say, hey, look, listen, Liam Bailey can. Is he even going to start? He should start. But Liam Bailey, let's say Liam Bailey starting, and one of the Suriname man them cut cross and clean him up. And Liam Bailey think too, because we hear AC Milan is knocking on Liam Bailey's door. Liam Bailey might say, "I hear me, man. AC Milan me a pre right now, you know." It's what I say, and I'm not trying to downplay his patriotism. That's not what I am saying, people. What I am saying is this team I don't think have gelled enough as yet.
Yes, they need to play some minutes together.
To play together, and I think because the worst case scenario is Jamaica not make it out the round or the zone. We have a lot of people who have high expectations. Tapa get fired, and you're bringing in a next coach for go try build the side for going to World Cup qualify. That's the worst case scenario.
Sean White says, Junior, is Tapa the right person to take us there? I want to get your opinion on that quickly. And let's get you a couple other comments as we head home and wrap up the show. No yard ballers today as Cameroon is traveling. Gunner Boy TV says, but do we have a system? To be honest, I don't know this Jamaican team. It's sad. Gunner Boy TV also says Michael Hector shouldn't even play for under 15s. Should not even play for under 15. Bounty Lad said, you are correct. I don't have a clue what our best 11 is. I would be guessing. Shamoy Sweeney says, believe in a yard man because the only difference is the exposure. The skill set is not much different. Shamoy Sweeney said, the skill set is not much different. It's a believe in a yard man. Back to Sean White's question. Sean White says, is Tapa the man to take us there? I don't know where there is, but wherever there is, we're going to just think of maybe something good and great, you know. But ultimately, Tapa has some rich experience from this tournament, right? He took us to what? Two deep runs in the tournament.
And I'm going to guess Sean Wright is saying there is being in a space where we can say Jamaica is competitive anytime they touch a football field. Yes, I think Tapa can get us there because the only thing that Jamaica is missing is cohesion, right?
Yeah.
It's not like we need a coach to come in and change a system or change a mentality. And this is no knock against Tapa. I don't know what Tapa brings to a team with his coaching credential. He's been coaching all this time, coaching Jamaica all this time, and we see some semblance of a system, but we've not seen a consistent level where we can judge the coach. You get what I'm saying? You can't judge a coach if you don't have if you have a consistent 11 that play 2, 3, 4, 5 tournament and the side play to a certain level, then we can start. This is where Tapa make a difference because we see this 11 play in one tournament and we see this 11 play the next tournament and them getting better as a team. So that is Tapa's influence, right? We can't judge Tapa as a coach yet, in my opinion. And yes, before they come down and say, I'm a coach for all this time, I still don't see a consistent 11 from him yet. What Tapa need to do is keep the big name ball of them happy and motivated. Keep the smaller name ball of them that don't have as big of a name. Make them know that you are still needed. And that to me is the man management that Tapa needs to do. So to answer your question, Sean, yes, I think Tapa knows how to do it because Tapa experienced that as a player. He has had the opportunity to try different methods as a coach. Now, will he do it? I don't know. But if Tapa can figure out the right way to make a Leon Bailey play for Jamaica like he's playing for Bayern Leverkusen while making I don't know any local footballer that get a chance in the side to play with as much confidence as a Leon Bailey and not say, oh, remember get out of the way of the big general. If Tapa can figure out a way to do that, Jamaica can.
Yeah. Have to build a cohesive unit. Group C match kicks off tomorrow. Reggae Boys kicks into action as they take on Suriname. Costa Rica will play Guadeloupe. Reggae Boys, watch along on Ball Chat Podcast, YouTube page on Ball Chat, Facebook page, and on FlowSports. Brethren, in the stands and also in the studio. Hey, yo, don't set up my blood pressure tomorrow, Jamaica. Please,
Hey,
as we cannot imagine.
Listen, Dan Frost is saying the solution for Caribbean football development is the Caribbean Super League. Peebo Rebel saying, what is Jamaica's playing style? And he put many question signs at the end. So that is a hard question. Bounty Lad saying, if we are honest, we with so many players coming from all around, we may need a better coach. If Tapa had more time with the players, yes, but not sure he is the man to pull all these players together. Peebo Rebel said, Bounty Lad, I agree. Listen, me Tapa, half of the side where you have right now, they're on FIFA 21. Just build a side in a FIFA.
The money of those build a FIFA squad. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, a coach costs money, and Tapa has been a servant to Reggae Boys, to the JFF for years. So I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, yo, Tapa is not the man. I think he has earned the right to go forth in this tournament with this team. Now, if we come back and it's a bag of foolishness, then we need to explore other options as we get ready for World Cup qualifiers, because that is the bigger fish to me. It's not this tournament. Ideally would love to win this tournament and love to do well in this tournament and make Qatar 2022, but I would much rather make the World Cup than win this tournament. So Tapa, I believe, has earned the right to carry this team forward based on experience and commitment to the Reggae Boys.
Real quick,
yeah, Junior.
I will be that guy.
Yeah, be that guy, Junior. Be that guy.
I will be that guy. Tapa, the coach in waiting is sitting right there with you, yeah?
Don't bring up Paul Hall name. Paul is just on a path.
The coach in waiting is saying, listen.
Tapa, ignore that noise. We know say you watch Ball Chat, JFF people, we know say you watch Ball Chat. We're riding with, well, not riding, we're supporting Tapa. Paul Hall, just go on while you can easy.
If I am lying, JFF on the email ballchatpodcast@gmail.com and say you're a damn liar. But listen, all it's going to take is one of those high-paid UB40s to say, you know what? Paul Hall knows us better. You know what? Paul Hall knows how to communicate with us better. That's all it's going to take. And Paul Hall will be named the next Jamaican head coach. And he can very well be named the next Jamaican head coach if Jamaica fail to make it out the zone.
Yeah. Big tournament. But it's exciting to see the Reggae Boys back on the grass tomorrow. Reggae Boys will take on Suriname. Ball Chat, watch along. Yo, Junior, we're ready. I'm excited. We're going to go to this game and we're going to enjoy it. And hopefully cuss too bad word in the meantime. Junior, quickly, Ravel Morrison seems to be up in the air whether he's in or out as he's trying to get through the embassy status of the U.S., trying to get clearance for the status. I've seen a lot of reports about Ravel Morrison this last week or so about whether he's in, whether he's out, and issues with paperwork. Is the Reggae Boys hanging its hat on this one player too much? I mean, isn't this 11 men play a ball? Why is all this thing about this one brother? We know say him good, we know say he's skillful, and he does bring something special to the table. But is there just too much talk around? If his documents are ready, then just go and go sit down. Next man up.
So better, quick question.
Yeah.
Which position does Ravel Morrison play?
Yeah? He's playing the number 10 role. Play the number 10 role for the... Yeah.
Ravel Morrison plays central defensive midfielder for Jamaica.
You think he's going to play central defensive midfield?
He's a holding midfielder. That's okay. Where Ravel Morrison is a deep line midfielder. That's when they played in
In Saudi Arabia.
He played the holding midfielder. That's the position.
Dress rehearsal game that, Junior.
All right. That's how him play, right?
I mean, he's somebody who's needed to pull the passes, right?
He's needed to pull the passes. So,
okay. So there's nobody else in the side that can pull the passes, Junior?
There's somebody who gets deployed for Jamaica in the holding midfielder role. His name is Michael Hector. You want to know why Jamaica try to go around forget Ravel Morrison play? Because Michael Hector is option B. But play defense. And you know Michael Hector will take that option quickly.
So you're telling me there is no other option. So you cannot change the system. If Ravel Morrison is not available, you cannot slide in Tariq McGee and Michael Hector into that midfield?
You see they call Michael Hector name again.
Yeah, but you play him as a defensive cover.
But that's the problem. So that is the reason why they were trying to get Rafael Morrison to come play. Because then Hector can go play. If it is in Hector's contract that he must play, he can go play beside Damian Lowe.
Yeah, he's Ravel Morrison is he plays and he brings a lot to the table because he definitely can pull the passes and open up the defense for this team. But we will see. We will see. Like we said, tomorrow we will see.
Bounty Lad said this tournament is a dress rehearsal for the World Cup qualifications. He also said we are all with Tapper and the team 200%. At the end of the day, I agree with you. We are all with Tapper.
Thank you. Big talk that Bounty Lad. We are with the team and we ride with the Reggae Boys. We support them. Even though as manager Roy Simpson said on Ball Chat a few months ago, he says, yo, Jamaican people, if they don't love you, they don't cuss you, you know. So if they don't love you, they don't cuss you. So Reggae Boys versus Suriname, big game tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's on FS1 here in the States. If you're watching from other parts of the world, check the local listen. Reggae Boys will also play Guadeloupe on the 16th, which is what, Friday, right? And then they will wrap up against Costa Rica on the 20th. Junior, any final thoughts as we get ready for the Gold Cup?
Yo, I just want to see the black, green, and gold play some good football. I want to sit down tomorrow and watch along and say, ball. Watch a ball, man. Goal.
And it's so coincidentally, the image that you have behind you is of the assistant coach is one Mr. Paul Hall, who you say is coaching waiting.
And like Sean White said, and Sean White had to be that guy. Sean White said, so is Paul Hall getting more money than Tapper as the assistant coach? I don't know. Football
family, we don't want the mix-up. Time for Goma we had. Football family, I want to thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your Sunday. Big up to the Azzurri for winning the European Championship. Best of luck and chin up to the English fans and to England players, especially Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Bakary Saka. Big up yourself, chin up family. Big up to Lionel Messi and Argentinian for finally winning the Copa America. Big up yourself. The Reggae Boys will take the field tomorrow as they take on Suriname. Beat and teach time. Where else, Junior? Beat and teach time. Football family, if you join, thank you for joining us. We're on Instagram at Ball Chat Podcast. We're on Twitter at Ball Chat 1. We're on Facebook at Ball Chat. And email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. We have a watch along tomorrow, family. We're gonna be in the stadium. If it don't go so well, we have a cost too bad one. Junior, we're gonna we are, you know.